Yes, people, and I'm back again. So, the Lionesses have absolutely smashed it. Let's hope that our real football team can learn from them. So, Lucy Bronze played with a fractured tibia. Fucking hell, I know that they're cancelling disability benefit, but that's taking the piss, innit? She's just ruining it for the rest of us. Like, remember, you could pull a sick, you'd be like, oh, I can't come in, I've got indigestion, my head hurts. Yeah, well, Lucy Bronze played with a fractured tibia, so you could fuck off. Why? Why couldn't you just... That's why they're cancelling disability benefit, because of you, Lucy. You know, her last name is Bronze, and it put a chip on her shoulder. She went for gold. This is amazing. The coach refused to sub her. You know, some people could call that heroism. I call that masochism. That is mad.
You really want to beat your friend.
What an amazing, like such a brilliant campaign the girls have done. Sorry, ladies, women, non-penis people. Listen, you know what I mean. Our B team has done.
I love it.
Men are trash. Yes. See, I want them back now. Lucy Bronze played 598 minutes with a broken tibia. Man, that is orthopedic martyrdom. That is dedication. Meanwhile, male football players are like dropping and pretending that they're hurt because someone messed up their hair. Like, yeah. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm never going to make fun of women's football again. Okay, that is a lie. I will, probably within this video, but still, even in combat sports, that is unheard of. That is amazing. But then I've always said it, you know, and this might sound wrong or whatever, but it is scientifically proven that women have a higher pain threshold than men. And you know, dealing with the patriarchy on your shoulders every day will make you that tough. Our girls in Nigeria also smashed it as well. So I'm double in touch with my feminine side and double proud of both the nations that I represent. And on behalf of both teams, you go, girl. So yeah, Donald Trump, getting drowned out by bagpipes. Because it doesn't matter where in the world, the Scots don't want him on their turf. At this point, all politicians do is look at social media and pander. That's all they do. And Kier Starmer is such a wet wipe. He's standing there listening to this man slag off a member of your party. That's why I say to you, listen, the left is finished. It's so embarrassing, and it's become a thing. This humiliation ritual that Donald Trump does, where he invites politicians over, or he meets with politicians, and then he publicly embarrasses them to show Americans that he's still in control, while completely shafting them out of their pensions and out of their Medicaid and all that kind of stuff. Remember what he did to the president of Ukraine? Then look at what he did to all those African presidents. You know, of course, had a little bit too much self-esteem to show up for that nonsense. But look imagine a president of Sierra Leone, was it Sierra Leone or Liberia, being told, wow, you speak English so well. Your English is so beautiful. As if that's not a country that was founded by freed American slaves. Wow, how do you speak English so well? How do you think, dickhead? Even our prime minister's getting it. I'm glad that he's not just humiliating the African presidents and the Eastern Europeans. I think Kier Starmer needs to be brought down a peg or two. But to be honest, for humiliation to work, a person has to have some self-esteem to begin with. And as we've seen with Kier Starmer, the man lacks self-esteem and a backbone. Now, our government is saying that you have to show your ID to goon. You know that you're down bad if you're showing a foreign company your ID just so you can do the 5-finger shuffle, bro. And what's worse is this. And you know what, Uncle Nabil, the conspiracy theory is coming on, right? Because have you looked up what countries most of these tech companies come from? Most of these companies are linked to a particular country in the Middle East. And I'm not talking about Egypt, Habibi. All I'm saying is, once again, we're being sold out to a small group of people with lots of money, right? So right now is a good time to just stop watching porn. It's enough, okay? You shouldn't have been watching it in the first place, but now it's time for you to retire and find something better to do with your hands. So, the second wanker from MasterChef, John Tarrant, has also quit because he said that things are getting too woke. Claiming that things are too woke because you can't do the things that his buddy did. You know, the bald head one, the autistic one, apparently.
Like the buttery biscuit base.
The moment you can't sexually harass or be racist to people, it's too woke. How does that work? If anything, you're the snowflake. Oh, no one's letting me sexually harass them anymore. Fuck you, bro. You people need to understand there's a difference between cancel culture and consequence. Cancel culture is because I don't agree with a certain way of life, even though I don't bother them, but people know my beliefs are different, I get cancelled. That's cancel culture. But if I, at work, a female member of staff or a male member of staff badly and abuse them, verbally or whatever, and I lose my job, that's not cancel culture. That's me being a and paying for it. There is a difference. Okay? This guy turned around and it's like everybody has to blame something. Whatever happened to the days where people just accepted the fact that they were a wanker? You see me? I might be on the spectrum, but that's not the reason I say the things I say. I say the things I say because I want to. These are grown men in their, 50s who are blaming everything else. This is what happens when you enable people for a long time. I was on one of the seasons of Celebrity MasterChef. Not that I'm a celeb, I'm just a normal guy like you, but I was on one of these shows and I saw firsthand what these guys are like. Now, I'm not going to go into detail.
I'll probably munch the living daylights out of your little tart.
It's becoming frustrating now. Like, nobody takes accountability for the things that they do. And what I don't understand is this. Why are they resigning, but the producers of the show are allowed to stay on? As long as it's the same producers, who's going to replace those two guys? Now, I'm not even saying that all the producers are responsible, but there were witnesses to this stuff. I'm sure they didn't start off behaving this way. It probably got worse and worse. It's kind of like having an annoying nephew or something. The first time he does something, if you clip him around the ear, I bet you he won't do that shit again. Oh! So I'm not saying you should beat your kids, by the way, but... Alright guys, so apparently there's some racist goings on in Essex. Who'd have thought? Shut up, you slag. So, first off, I guess there's a video going around of a man slumped on the floor after having been knocked out by Tommy Robinson, which, to be honest, I think is the biggest L. Like, imagine being knocked out by like a 5'5", fucking 11 stone. Anyway, Tommy would never ever put up a fight against someone that's actually combative. We've all seen the videos of him getting slapped, chased, dropped by small, skinny Asian men who actually wanted to fight him. But I'm going to say this to all you people with the right on politics, right? All you guys that have the more moral politics. The world is not the internet. It doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong. If you're going to walk up on someone and start yelling things, keep your hands up. If you're going to approach somebody who's known to be violent, if you don't know how to fight, that might be a bad idea. It's all well and good. Some of you are only good online, and that's fine. I always say that to people. Some of you need to just stay behind your little profiles and type your nonsense there, because in real life, this is what happens. Mike Tyson said it. A lot of you guys have gotten way too comfortable disrespecting people because you don't get punched in the face. I'm not saying that what Tommy did is right. God, no. But I'm saying pick your battles. Right? If you've never been punched in the face before, you probably shouldn't go confronting people who are known to be violent. I hope that guy recovers and sues Tommy for a handsome fee, because Tommy's bosses, Israel, probably will have more than enough money. Actually, then again, they might be short, because last time I heard the Iron Dome needs replenishing. I understand that, to an extent, immigration probably is a bit of a problem. But my problem is when you start targeting random people who were born in this country, raised in this country, probably pay more taxes than you in this country, and attacking them because they happen to be tanned all year round. I'm not racist. Probably are racist. If your defense is, yeah, but what about the immigrants who commit crime? That's not really a valid argument. It's whataboutism. Just because one person does something wrong doesn't mean you need to do something wrong. If my neighbor puts his balls in a blender, that doesn't mean I'm going to do that.
Here we go.
Statistically, it's less than 1% of refugees coming into this country actually commit crimes. A couple hundred people out of thousands may commit minor crimes, not even serious crimes. They might cross the road or break a speeding limit. Very few of them are actually out here committing violent crimes, right? These people are looking for someone to blame about their failures in life. Like, oh, fucking immigrants. If it wasn't for them, I'd have been a doctor. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. So don't create a problem, then complain. This is just the chickens coming home to roost. Oh, these men are fighting age. Shut up. You guys are fighting age, but the only thing you've ever fought is hygiene and literacy. So when you're saying this, well, this is a Christian country. Okay, what about all you guys who are running to Muslim countries because of your tax havens? What about all those you guys who are running off to Australia now or moving to Spain, where they're sick of your shit too, by the way, because you don't even learn the bloody language? Sound familiar? If the rise of prices is making you leave the country, if tax is making you leave the country, can you really look down on somebody who's leaving their country because of bombs? Yeah, I know. Ozzy Osbourne has died, and Hulk Hogan has died. I'm a big fan of wrestling. I grew up watching WWE. I'm that generation, the best generation. We grew up, all our heroes were on steroids, But, these were the guys that we look forward to seeing on a Saturday and Sunday. I used to watch wrestling with my dad. So it's a weird one when Hulk Hogan dies, because, we all remember Hulk Hogan, but this guy ruined his own legacy, right? We heard all the stuff he said about black people repeatedly, and I don't want to bore you with all the things that he did to black people, and also all the things he did to other wrestlers. You know, people have the right to not like you based on things that you do. It's kind of the whole point of being a good person. If you want people to like you, do good shit. But Hulk Hogan's family have come out saying it's really disrespectful for people to call Hulk Hogan a racist.
Oh yeah, brother, you shouldn't have done all that stuff to black people. You called them niggers. You said, yeah, I am a racist. Well, let me tell you something, brother. Now you're going to die. Now you're going to be in a place where all the slaves that were killed by your ancestors will be waiting for you, brother. And what are you going to do when the spirits of the angry black people come down on you? Oh yeah. Yeah.
Why did you have to ruin it by being a racist asshole? Ozzy Osbourne, you know, again, anti-Muslim, anti-black, supported his wife, Sharon. To be honest, Ozzy's a G because he survived cocaine, rabies from eating raw bats, and Sharon. But he could never really survive what we did to rock and roll. It's a shame because he openly supported Sharon Osbourne's super Zionist statements. He openly supported a lot of the racist shit that she said. Sharon had to get kicked off shows, and he supported all. I mean, I get supporting your wife, but come on, man. It's hard for me to mourn the deaths of people who supported political beliefs and ideologies that would mean death for people like me. And if that offends you,
fuck you too, brother.
I'll tell you who I'm sad died this week. Dwight Muhammad Kawi, aka the Camden Buzzsaw, a boxer who was, I think his spirit animal would have been a honey badger because he was a small, tough guy with an attitude that made life hell for big guys. An amazing boxer who passed away this year from dementia. And it's always sad to see because a lot of these guys did not make the kind of money the athletes of today are making. Our condolences are with his family. Now that was a decent guy who doesn't get half the fanfare that he deserves. Well, guys, this is going to be the last episode for a while. I will be away in Australia. Yep, down under. By the way, if you want to buy tickets to come see me, there are links provided for that, you know, because I'm sure one or two of you are there, so it'll be nice to see you in person. You know, I'll see you in a while. I hope you've enjoyed everything that we've done so far. We will have some stuff coming out in August while I'm away, but it'll be stuff that I'm recording right now, and thank you for all your support. Yeah, and watch Purple Pill. It's very good. Very, very good. Ask Donald Trump. He says it's good.